All right. Welcome back, my fellow agents. It is I, your agent of stop motion animated awesome, X7, also the host of Xenorama, the podcast of heroes and monsters, and the ever growing in popularity GD Explanations. Be sure to check it out. New content every week, sometimes twice a week. Spoiler alert. Today we're going to be talking about this is the Land of the Lost, the third season. This is the penultimate episode of Land of the Lost. So next week we will only have 2 episodes. I thought I got behind. Math is hard. I have to agree with Barbie when she says that because I believe her. But be that as it may, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this third season, these 3 episodes, which are not my favorite. So this might be a very quick episode. So, having said that, grab your gemstones and let's open up that pylon into the Land of the Lost.
Will and hardly Marshall, as the earth beneath him trembled, lost their father through the door of time. Uncle Jack went searching and found the kids alive, looking for a way to escape from the land of the lost. From the land of the lost. From the land of the lost.
Old Grumpy on the prowl.
It's too close for comfort.
Yeah, let's go this way.
The writing here, so that is, you got to see the opening there because I thought, well, that's about all the dinosaurs we're going to get. This is the 9th episode, Abominable Snowman, or the Bumble Snowman, as Cornelius Jack might call him. Uncle Jack? Cornelius Jack? This episode first aired on November 6th, 1976. And that is supposed to be a unicorn, though it looks like a very small pony. The Abominable Snowman, the Yeti-like Tapa, and this is according to Wikipedia, an albino Gigantopithecus, who's played by John Locke. You'll probably see John Locke again. We'll let you know. So they had strawberries. They have to sacrifice them so Grumpy won't eat them. I don't know if he ate the strawberries, but he steps on them. I don't think he'd even care unless he got a splinter. Once again, I think the new Grumpy model looks a little different. Probably underwent some repairs. Holly's making a birthday cake, a cake. So somehow they can cook now. They've ground flour. They're really not trying to get out. They're more like trying to survive and adapt and just make the best of it. At least that's what it appears in this episode. So they bring the unicorn, which Holly promptly names Corny. Good, cool. I wonder if Jim Cornette knows that. And they say, well, it's your birthday. We don't know what month or day or year it is now, even though they've got watches on. And now they also have candles. And Chaka has apparently never had cake, but it looks like a regular cake. And apparently Holly's cooking has improved since last season. Enoch shows up and says, "What have you done?" He's like, "We've got a unicorn. We gave it to Holly." "Well, that'll make something angry." Something's always angry. There's Lulu, and the unicorn escapes because the Tapa shows up. And now, why would Enoch know? I had to write that down so I wouldn't forget it. What a brontosaurus was? Why would he use a dinosaur name from Earth? Wouldn't they? They have Alice had her own name that the Sleestak called that they called her. It meant protector, but he can break that. I mean, I don't think he can. So, of course, Holly and Chaka go running up there into the high country to find Corny, which they do. And then we see this. So, once again, a new character has been introduced. Someone we've never heard of before, never seen before. The Tapa, the Yeti. They call him a Yeti or a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, even. Nobody says Gigantopithecus. No. Maybe a Mangani, but not a Gigantopithecus. So they run into his cave, and of course Rick and Jack go after him. This is just it moves along. It's not the worst episode. It's just not very good. I mean, it's going to happen. Well, actually, I kind of thought they'd make friends with him because Holly does know that Sasquatch are generally considered not aggressive, non-aggressive. So she gives him cake. He likes the cake. They start a fire. Um, Now the tree has fallen, so Jack climbs across on a rope, and they get they trap the Tapa in there, and then Rick no Will chops down a tree with his trusty hatchet, and of course he runs out. Holly throws him the cake, and they get across, and that's pretty much it. So, and if you don't think that I thought of the Bumble the whole time, well, you got to know me, right? When it comes to the Yule season, we'll do some Christmas episodes for sure because I've got things to say about them. But let's see the end of this exciting episode. There's the Tapa eating the cake. I like the miniature work here. This looks good. It's relatively exciting. It's just a sad. I mean, it was. I like the cake bit. It's just
I think he's saying, keep out. This is my territory.
yeah.
You can have it. Well, at least we saved Corny. Maybe Enoch understands it. The risk was worth it.
Yeah, I don't think so, Holly. Enoch would just say that you're being illogical. See, he doesn't know what love is. He doesn't understand.
He doesn't know what love is.
Oh, no.
Giddy up, Corny. Let's all go home.
All right, our next episode is Time Stop, which is probably the best out of the three, and that's damning it with faint praise or praising it with faint damns. You take your pick there. This episode was released or first aired November 13th, 1976, number 10, and number 40 in the run. So interestingly enough, they, so Will and Holly find a new door into the temple across the hall. So they just go barging in. They find this strange cave, and somehow the Sleestak can get in there from there. I mean, it's connected to theirs. But so they also find this strange key and plaque. They keep calling it a plaque, but so they can't get through this sun, this beam of heat. Now, Jack's making a compass, and Chaka's playing the recorder, which is nice that he's still doing that. He goes and helps him get out because the door closed and they didn't have a key. And now he wants to know what they've got. Enoch says, that is a temporal key that I can go home with, and I can save the Sleestack or the Altrusians from becoming Sleestack. They're like, we want to go home. But I just like this picture of, Holly finds out that it's a compass and it points towards something. There's a geyser. Torchy gets swallowed by the geyser. Look at this. So I'm sure while you're thinking this, Chaka is trapped because Chaka's an idiot. Chaka, an idiot, as he might say. But Torchy's gone. I mean, goes under. Chaka's stuck there. They have to figure out how to get him. So they find the... Couldn't resist. It's a black hole, eh? That's where the music gets sucked into on the LP. But they find the... what do you call that thing? The pylon. Chaka has to stay there, and suddenly it goes up. They trade. The Enoch's got the plaque, and they say, "Okay, you give us that, we'll give you everything, so we can rescue Chaka." Sleestack take Will. Oops, I didn't get rid of that one. There we go. The Sleestack take Will hostage, but Enoch says, "You were the only person. As long as you're in here, you will remember." So you don't quite get this time travel right. That's a very fancy. Jack must be married, or maybe. That's a very fancy ring he's got on there. So they see Chaka. He rewinds time. You see a lot of fancy stuff, backward stuff with Grumpy, and Torchy survives. But now they can't use it, as we'll see. They all forget everything. Oh, I think this is where I want to show the rest of the episode. Actually, I lied. This episode, Torchy torches the pylon, welds it shut. They can't get in, and that's it. So they give it back. They give the key back to Enoch, and maybe he could use it in a different pylon, but they all seem to be... Pylons have their own function. So there you go. All right, issue, episode 11 here, Ancient Guardian. This one would have been good, except for the fact that and there's another creature added into the mix here. Ancient Guardian was first aired November 20th, 1976. And again, it was written by the same guy who did Abominable Snowman, Joe Scanlon. Is that the director there? Yeah, it was directed by the same guy. Not a bad director. It was written by different people. So sorry about that, Joe. So they're out looking around. They're running from something, probably one of the dinosaurs. They come across this particular outcropping with this Sleestack statue. It's a wooden statue, which is odd when you think about what. And it's just looking. So they decide, in their infinite wisdom, to take it back. Like, oh, look, it's got, carvings on it. Maybe it means something. Maybe that's the way out. Grumpy shows up, as Grumpy is wont to do. They run back. Chaka's got all kinds of roots for everyone to eat. He doesn't like the Sleestack statue. He thinks it's bad. It's evil. It's bad. And then I think they have a different name for him, but it looks exactly like the Tapa suit from previously. I would assume it's probably the same gentleman inside the Tapa suit. And there you have it. So he comes by, the Sleestack come by and take the statue back, but because they don't understand it. And meanwhile, the pseudo Tapa just goes into their caverns and wrecks everything. They're worried. He throws stuff into the god of the pit. Nice to see the god of the pit again, sort of. And they wake up Enoch and say he's going to eat he's going to grab our eggs and then we'll die. So I'm assuming that some of these Sleestack are female. Wouldn't you think? I mean, so they consult the Council of Skulls, which you didn't see in the last two episodes. That was a nice thing. Enoch goes and says, "Look, what'd you do, morons?" There's a nice shot of Spike. They put it back, but they don't put it back correctly, and blammo! the pseudo Tapa clobbers it, and they dig it back again, and he goes back there. I mean, this just goes over and over. I mean, if they'd had a different suit, made him something better, but it's a guardian. It's supposed to keep the fake Tapa out of the land of the lost. So there you go. Oh, and then they find out that the sun's rays got back, and it catches things on fire. It's an equation. So finally, there's a battle. It's the first time we really see them get physical with each other. But they figure out where they're going. They figure out where to set it up. And there you see the end of the Tapa. So then we're going to see, there it is, all happy. And Will's going to sing a song, which is slightly better. So I am going to make you sit through that. There's that sound. So tell me that's not the Tapa. That's not the Bumble Snowman of the Land of the Lost. Shaking his fist, completely overacting. Curse you! I would have gotten away with it. But, I mean,
Ancient Guardian. That's a nice name for an old statue like that, isn't it, Uncle Jack?
Yeah, I guess it is, Holly. I hope it's taught us a lesson. Leave things alone that we don't understand.
The old sleeve stacks must have been a lot more advanced in technology than we thought.
Yeah, they sure must have been. I mean, it worked. That's what counts. The Guardian did stop.
I know. And I know what Enoch would say. It was only logical that you helped us, Jack Marshall, once you realized you had endangered your own lives. The hairy one will stay in the high country now.
This is a good Walker Edmondson
Let's hope he doesn't
imitation.
find another way out.
I don't even like thinking about that. Hey, how about a song, Will? Something cheerful.
Okay, here's one for you.
Ugh, sorry.
I'll let you know. Something tells me so. Time is short and waiting won't be long. We're gonna see the day when troubles pass away.
Wesley does have a great voice. This is a better song than the last one. For pseudo John Denver.
The day that troubles pass away, we'll find a better place for you and me.
And a bass in there too. Huzzah! So like I said, not the worst song, not like the last one. So my fellow agents, that is the penultimate episode of Land of the Lost. I'm not reviewing the movie version. I'm not watching it. As I said very early on, I watched like 30 seconds of some clip and it was atrocious. I mean, ugh. So, but tomorrow is 7-Song Friday and it will be a traditional 7-Song Friday. And that'll be fun, right? So, having said all that, my fellow agents, until our next assignment, this is X7 signing off and phasing out. Take us out there, Will.